Rand Paul had something he wanted to say to Dr. Fauci today. Take a look.
I think we ought to have a little bit of humility in our belief that we know what's best for the economy. And as much as I respect you, Dr. Fauci, I don't think you're the end all. I don't think you're the one person that gets to make a decision.
Thank you for your comments. I have never made myself out to be the end all and only voice in this. I'm a scientist, a physician, and a public health official. I give advice according to the best scientific evidence. There are a number of other people who come into that and give advice that are more related to the things that you spoke about the need to get the country back open again and economically. I don't give advice about economic things. I don't give advice about anything other than public health. So I wanted to respond to that. The second thing is that you use the word we should be humble about what we don't know. And I think that falls under the fact that we don't know everything about this virus. And we really better be very careful, particularly when it comes to children.
Yeah, and they're pushing for kids to go back to school early on, to go back to Tucker Carlson. He said, well, kids don't seem to get it. They don't seem to get sick, which isn't true. And kids have died, and there are teachers, and they would come back and bring it back to their families. He brought on a doctor to try to buttress his point, and the doctor instantly corrected him, saying that kids can actually transmit coronavirus. There's no reason to believe that they can't. But they're playing fast and loose with the lives of kids around the country because they think it's the sort of issue that's going to pull on people's heartstrings or make them think, yeah, we don't want to do anything, that's going to keep kids from experiencing their life. It seems like a winner to them, but obviously Dr. Fauci wasn't playing his game.
So as I was watching that for the second time, as we're playing it live, it occurred to me, Rand Paul already had coronavirus, so he presumably has antibodies and he's presumably immune, at least for some period of time. The more that right-wingers get into that category, the more they're not going to give a damn about anything. Mm-hmm. If they're immune, they're going to be like, you die, what do I care? I'm already safe. My God, watch out, buckle up. When enough of that happens, then there's going to be no rules at all. So, look, should we be concerned? Rand Paul doesn't have to be concerned anymore, but should his home state be concerned? Well, let me give you some numbers real quick. Top 10 areas that recorded surges in the last 7-day period, their total surge was 72.4%. So that's a significant increase in coronavirus cases. Where were they? Nashville, Tennessee, Des Moines, Iowa, Amarillo, Texas. Hey, look at this. Number 1, Central City, Kentucky, with a 650% increase.
Number 1.
Senator for Kentucky, number 1, Mitch McConnell, who says, do we really need another relief bill? I think we're past this. And, of course, the other senator from Kentucky, Rand Paul. And it doesn't stop there. Dallas's increase is 116.8%. Charlotte and Kansas City increases are 200%. So rest of the country, welcome to coronavirus. Just as they're telling you got to open back up, don't listen to scientists and doctors like Fauci. Right now, it is beginning to rage in the middle of the country.
Yeah, and that's what we want to avoid. But unfortunately, what has happened is what we predicted from the very beginning, that if the lockdowns are successful and they do start to reduce the number of people that are dying and getting infected on a daily basis, then the case will be made that it was never necessary. It wasn't that bad. I guess the estimates were too high. And like clockwork, that's what the media has said on the right wing. That's what the politicians are saying. And so unless we get miraculously lucky in a way that no scientist expects is going to happen, we are going to start to see the spread of coronavirus across the country, and in particular in these areas that were the most hot to get out there and reopen prematurely.
Yeah, and lastly on this, as I watched Rand Paul the first time this morning, it really made me sick to my stomach, because these guys will attack anything related to facts, science, reason, logic. All they care about is their propaganda. So he takes Fauci, who's a scientist, and says, oh my God, no, I don't have all the facts at all. I'm doing the best I can, and I'm giving you the latest information that a consensus of scientists agreed to based on studies. And Rand Paul goes, so You're not a know-it-all, okay? You're not the end-all of this. On the one hand, you have scientific facts, and because scientists are conservative by nature, not politically, but because of the nature of science, but I guess you're not sure. On the other hand, I have my propaganda, and I am 100% sure of my propaganda, and I have my stock market portfolio, and I'm 100% sure of my stock market portfolio, and I'm also sure that I'm immune. So let's get back out there, and especially if the old have to die, so what? Let's get this open back up. Scientists, they don't know anything. The end all. You think you know something, scientists? No way. I know better because I'm a right winger. That's the kind of animals these guys are.
Super fast. I want to tell you one theory about why he would do what he did today. And it's because he knows it's going to play well amongst the people that just desperately want to reopen no matter how many people it kills. He retweeted Laura Ingraham, who said, Rand Paul saves the day, calls out the experts, and says you are not the end all to make all decisions. And in all caps, game, set, match. She said experts around Dr. Fauci. Like, you don't, just because you're an expert doesn't mean that you're right necessarily, but he is an expert. You don't get to, like, that doesn't make any sense. And by the way, she's calling him an expert, Laura Ingraham, who for weeks masqueraded as some sort of like traveling like doctor selling hydroxychloroquine on the airwaves. Like, she pretended that she went to the White House to encourage Trump to push hydroxychloroquine more. And she's saying Fauci isn't an expert enough to be telling us what to do.
Okay, by the way, if you guys didn't hear, hydroxychloroquine, now definitively shown in studies, kills more people than it saves. So it was 100% wrong. Now the doctors are saying, do not give it. It is more likely to kill people than to save them. So the experts at Fox News and were shockingly wrong again. Yep. And last thing is, I can't stand the way that they just repeat themselves and then say game, set, and match, as if they said something interesting or a fact at all. Rand Paul says scientists don't know anything, but Fox News hosts do. Game, set, and match.
But why, Jake, why shouldn't she? She sent out that message, which is ridiculous, nonsensical, and it's got 17,000 retweets.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you're playing with your lives, right? Well, good luck to you.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.